can't stream because the game was kicking us out. That's what normally happens with Genshin Impact. But actually, you guys have been really good with keeping me informed, knowing that I won't look myself. So we were aware that this had happened or was happening, and we planned ahead. I know, go us. So we've got 2 hours this evening, or just over 2 hours. We're starting a little early, to be honest. But just over 2 hours this evening to have a look at the new update and see how it is. I'm curious to what else has been added. We had finished the main story. I believe we'd finished the main story. I say this and that will turn out we haven't, but I'm pretty sure we have. That is the plan. So we get to see the new update, see what's going on, see what's been added, new banner. Don't know how close we'll be to doing wishes, I must admit. But the other thing as well, if you've got PlayStation Plus and you play Genshin Impact, there is a PlayStation Plus free pack. If you hover over the game, you go across, it will tell you is a free pack. Take that if you've got PlayStation Plus. Good evening, Brackley. How are you? I just need to check sound, as always. But yeah, so if you haven't seen this free pack, there is one. But yeah, so if you haven't seen... Sounds good. I always doubt, because I've been doing editing all afternoon, I always doubt whether I've turned the headphones back up again. But yeah, the plan is, new update, we're going to have a look at it, see what's happening, and go from there, really. But it is a free game, yes, Brackley, it is free. Obviously, it's a gacha game, so they want you to spend money, but it's one of the ones where they don't force you to, unless you get ultra competitive. Then you may feel inclined, but generally you don't have to spend money, and they don't push anything majorly on you. Let's go in and find out what's happened, what's changed, and of course we'll have a look at this free pack. I don't know how close we are to Prima Gems. We did do 10 wishes in the last stream, so I'm not too sure how close we're going to be. Okay, let everything catch up for a second. Might get another code if I do get detention. Oh, really? That's not good. Should really try not to get detention. Okay, here we are, is everything. So I did do a login with the app. I still forget to do it. 300 Prima Gems as compensation for the maintenance. This happens every time there's an update. And then we get another 300 as well for them doing the update. There's an issue with the special effects. There's an issue with co-op mode. Okay, there's an issue with Nilou. Nothing that I think is going to affect us. Mailing system this is the Genshin Impact free pack. Thanks for the like, much appreciated. The free pack you get if you have PlayStation Plus. Fragile resin, little bits. Have a bite. We'll claim that as well. We get those all the time, and I never really look at them properly, to be fair. Lark, good evening. How are you? Thanks for. I think I said. If I haven't said it, thanks for the like with yours, much appreciated. For those that aren't aware, the channel update is out tomorrow morning. Have a look. We talk about what's coming up, what's going to happen on the channel in the very near future. Wolf Boy, Razor. Okay, what do we got event-wise? Archon Quest is now available. Nahida's story is there. The Verdant Takeover. So it's a challenge then. Where's that? The challenge is there. Okay, so that's a new boss, I believe. That gives you Dendro items. Okay, interesting. You have English and visual art. Okay. I'm not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all. So, no, there's no new event. Normally when there's an update in Genshin, there is normally a new event to go with it. But there isn't today. There is a new Archon Quest. This is the main story update we've been waiting for. So that's the next part of the main story which was on previously. We will navigate to it. We'll have a look at it shortly. New battle pass.
There was a glorious
it's always the same intro for the battle pass every time, to be fair.
From that kingdom came a crowned heir.
But yeah, this is the first month, or the first update. I've planned ahead enough, so we didn't stream when the update was due to launch and kick us out after an hour. I actually planned ahead. to make sure we could do this
She was
evening
deceived,
and have a look at it.
memory of her
I just want the new
noble
story, to be
origins
fair.
faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the kingdom of darkness.
But this is all the same thing every time.
But
You got music
Descartes,
therapy. Oh, okay, that's
the
interesting.
second-crowned heir, had already taken up the path where the first had
I don't think we do
stumbled.
anything like music
This
therapy
is
here,
the
to be fair.
story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
We are a little early. We started the stream a few minutes early. I was able to, so I did. Okay. We'll grab our login rewards. Now, the interesting thing with this is the battle maker. So there's actually not an event currently, and they may get added. But currently, there isn't an event to get more battle pass points. Interesting. And if we look at Prima Gems, we have enough. Do we have enough? No, we're just short, although we do have enough. Because I can go to the shop, Stardust Exchange. I can buy 3 now, we'll buy 3 straight away. We have enough Prima Gems to do 10 wishes. We're not doing them yet. We'll hold off until about an hour in the stream, and we'll do our 10 wishes. I'm not sure which banner we're going to go on, probably Nahida, to be fair. So this is Genshin Impact. There was a new update for Genshin Impact where they've updated the story. So we got to the end of one main chunk of story, finally. And now, last night, early hours this morning for me, they updated the story, did some updates to the game. I've not heard of Honkai Impact, to be fair. I've not heard of that. It could be. That gacha games are everywhere, aren't they? That's the thing. Let me just have a look, see if there is. It's a real thing. Valkyries. So it's made by the same people, by the looks of things. Official website. Yeah, it's made by the same people that make Genshin Impact. I should have guessed that with the Impact side of things, shouldn't I suppose? Yeah, made by the same people, although I can't see too much about it at this point. I honestly hadn't heard of it before you said it, to be fair. Valkyries, brave girls of Honkai resistance. Yeah, it looks... Honkai Impact 3rd is a free-to-play 3D action role-playing game developed and published by Mirio, and later ported to Microsoft Windows. It's a spiritual successor to Haikai Gakuen 2. So it's actually not on console. Android, Microsoft Windows, iOS, and iPad OS. So it is not on console. Yeah, it sounds like it's pretty similar to this one, Lark, to be fair. The difference being it's only on PC and phone. Interesting. So we will do the 10 wishes, as I say. We'll hold off for the minute, though. I don't think there's anything else really changed, as far as I'm aware. There's no event. I was expecting an event, to be honest. Okay, so if there's no event, let's focus on the story. We know what we've got to do. Let's go and see what's happening with the story. We'll go into the desert, where I thought I navigated or not. Quest is there. Pre-dawn night. Cancel navigation. Wait until the next day. Is it 5 years old? See, I'd never heard of it. Lark just mentioned it. I'd actually never heard of it before. We've got to wait till the next day. So that's fast travel time. And then we'll travel back to the desert and have a look. As I say, we do have 10 wishes ready to rumble. We'll give it half an hour, 45 minutes, and then we'll have a look at them. I think we'll go for the Dendro banner, just because we haven't got any other Dendro characters bar the Traveller. Good evening, Simmer, how are you? Okay, we've got to go and talk to Candace. That's the only problem with console. You select something and it doesn't do what you want it to do. It's the only problem with console. It's because of the sticks, they move as you let go of them. You're fantastic. Sounds good. Are you being sincere or sarcastic? You had a blast doing your wishes. Oh, okay, so you're being sincere then. How did you get on? What did you get? Anything good? Want to check this quickly because I know we've been grabbing some of these. No, we need 5 more to be able to upgrade that one. I knew we'd be close. I just didn't know how close. Right, Candice is over there. to be fair, we could fast travel. No, there's no point fast travel. We can get across there quick enough, can't we? Thank you for the like, much appreciated whoever that was. So, we'll continue the desert story. Because we had actually finished it. We were looking at all the other little bits of story around. As I say, we have got enough for 10 wishes.
We're here!
Finally got the sword that you need. Oh, nice.
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join them!
So if you don't know what's happening in terms of story...
Wait a moment.
The desert story finished where we'd all agreed to fight together. Thanks for the like, much appreciated. And that was kind of how it was left. They knew that there was a big issue happening, and they were trying to bring forth a god, and they all agreed they had to work together to fight against it. But that was kind of how it ended. And you got 2 more Benny constellations. Oh wow! Oh, that's good then. I'm hoping my 10 wishes are that good. I bet they won't be. What's the matter?
Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
Is she worried about us?
What do you think?
Ray, good evening. How are you? That was in 50 wishes. So you got a sword you wanted and 2 Benny constellations in 50 wishes. Well, as long as it was stuff you wanted, that's never a bad thing, is it, to be fair? Sure, I'll try not to.
Okay.
She's worried about us agreeing to something reckless. Akasha pulses, the copper flame rises. We got to enter the house, which is just around here. Head back to the chief's house and meet the others. Your wishing went well. Nice. What did you get? I'm not too bad, thank you. Sword is more valuable than a 5-star Royal Cat. Oh, really? Wow. Well, we'll do 10 wishes in about 45 minutes, or, well, half an hour or so, 45 minutes.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready?
This is the best quest in the game. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. We can start now.
Very well.
After some discussion and debates, the group finally works out a detailed plan
this
together.
Is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
But what's the plan?
It's worth a try. The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
So they're making a plan, but we don't know the plan. But we do know the plan, but we
nervous.
don't know it really. You also got Nahida on a random 1 pull on your second account. Oh, nice. Is Nahida any good?
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later.
I'm assuming we will
Come
find
on,
out the plan
don't
at
give
some
me that
point.
face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care.
And we did promise her we wouldn't agree to anything
Traveler,
reckless.
Paimon.
We haven't tested her since
Judging
she's
from
only
your
40 years
expressions,
on my account.
the
Yeah,
meeting
that's
must
true.
have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy,
I'm curious how good she would
but
be.
I can sense people's emotions. And
See?
based on your
He did correct.
reaction,
She makes my
things
Sinnoh
must have
into
gone
powerful
quite well.
DPS when he used to be just right. Oh wow, oh that's pretty good. We'll do some tests on your do the test on your friend's account so it doesn't affect yours, eh? What about the new Dendro boss that's been added? So you can now grind Dendro upgrade materials. That's an interesting one. Obviously, it was going to be added at some point. It's needed, but that'll make Nahida easier to upgrade, I would assume. But the fact that she makes your Sinnoh more powerful, that's definitely a good sign then, right? We'll make it a move on the next Yanaba day.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
I just wonder what the plan is now.
To be
They
honest,
discussed the plan, but we
I
don't know
feel
what
the
it is.
same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, We stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear
Yanisha,
that.
good evening. How are you?
I've said the same
We'll
thing
see
to
how his Sinnoh
everyone here
performs
today
since he's
as
a bit
I said to you
rubbish.
when you
But that's if
arrived.
his Sinnoh now performs
Your
better because of it.
safety
That's
is
a
the
bonus.
most important thing.
Nilou
Only
even
when
more
you're safe can the
busted.
plan be successful. So
Okay.
please, take care.
Thank you, Candace.
You're welcome. And thank you for taking my advice.
Thing is, the update's
Good luck
less than 24 hours old, isn't it? It's
with
gonna be. It
everything.
takes time for things to settle down
I'll be
and people
here in
know
the
what works
village
with what.
praying for you.
I'm assuming that as someone who doesn't read up on anything. Right, we're going to meet up with our hyphen. He is over here.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Everyone knows the
Okay.
plan but me, then.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
I'm waiting to prepare Sinnoh with Nahida for ages.
Also,
Oh,
Candace
okay,
told
so you've had
everyone to
stuff
be
ready to go to
careful.
make it easier.
Yes,
To
she
level up
did.
and pair them.
But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that and fully commit ourselves to it. I hope this is clear to you.
You're doubting, are you, Simmer? Surely if he's that bad, though, and it makes him a bit better, then that's not too bad. That kind of works. I understand and accept.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation.
Candace can cuddle us to our
We all
heart's
have our jobs to
content.
do, after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge
No,
of
it isn't.
logistics,
In
while
heist movies,
others
they
will
can't
fight
build
on
a
the
plan
front
to
lines.
the audience in advance for suspense. I know, but we're involved in the plan. I want to know the plan. Makes sense.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look
But,
anything like
but I
a
do
soldier.
understand that point of view as well.
Of course.
It'll make him
Compared
feel
to the
better to play. Yeah,
mercenaries,
but there's
I'm
that,
merely
isn't
a
it? As long as it
feeble
makes him
scholar.
more playable, that's a
But
good
the
thing.
advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation, and you are
So,
a scholar.
the majority of you already completed
I'm
this
not
quest. Have
like
you
the rest
finished
of
now
them.
the next bit of Desert
Even
Story?
among members
I'm
of the
waiting
same
for new stuff.
species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
He's nowhere close to the top guys.
All intellectuals are lunatics in
But
the
the
eyes
top
of
guys are just
fools.
far
I'll
above
take that as
anything
a
else, though, aren't they?
compliment.
That's the thing. There's no middle ground.
That reminds me. Do you remember the
Oh,
record
okay.
we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge.
It did mention Forbidden Knowledge. I do remember that.
You have a good memory.
You finish the quest, had to do it
Forbidden
early to
knowledge
avoid
has the power to
spoilers.
drive people
Yeah, see, I'm
insane,
quite good at
but
avoiding
this fact
spoilers
has
on
never been
anything
shared with the
nowadays.
public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of
Definitely
this.
turned into a
I
nice
think
skill. Let's
those
put it that
mad
way.
scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge. But the academia has always held a different view.
There was quite a big
They've
middle
always
ground.
believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge.
But there's
as
nothing
mere
between the
mortals.
top guys and that
Come
middle
to
ground,
think
though.
of
You
it,
need something that's going
perhaps
to
the
bridge that gap.
academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong direction. The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
Another occurrence of forbidden knowledge pollution.
But
He's got a point.
Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering and the sandstorms. At least, that's what Tainari told us. Wait a second. Could it be that?
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
But if that's the case, What should we do? This is
I mean,
huge!
at the end of the day, even the worst characters in the game can clear the hardest content. Yeah, if you level them up high enough. That's why I don't get the hate for Amber. Yes, I understand she's not as useful as others, but early game she's really useful, I found. Or Zhao and Ito are that bridge. Oh, okay, fair enough. So there are some that do make that bridge then. We must tell Nahida about this as soon as possible.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
Contained within the remaining consciousness. She said the key to saving Irminsul is...
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole the world forget me thing?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue
You believe
Lesser
in
Lord
Amber
Kusanali.
supremacy. If I
Only
leveled
by
her up
working
more,
with her
I'd
to
still
save
be using her, to be
Irminsul
fair.
can
We
we
got to a point
completely
we just
resolve
didn't
the
level her up
problems
enough.
Sumeru currently faces.
But yeah, I did just early game. I thought she was really good. She helped massively. I kept using her to annoy people as well because there was a few people we had in stream that hated the fact we used Amber, so I kept using her for that reason, as well as the fact that she was useful. She's the only bow character that I've kind of used. Well, she's the only one that I've used a lot, and yes, all early game. But I've yet to find another bow character or use another bow character since then, which is weird. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. Whoever that was.
To make
That's
sure
right.
we're still on track, I would like to check on the state
She's
of
a
some
core
of our
member on your
preparatory
super
work.
team. Really?
Where are we going?
That's the spirit.
To an Eremite base.
You know, I don't really have a team as such. I don't look at best builds. Yes, Simmer helps and he will advise me, but I don't look at any of this stuff. I just play it as naturally as we can, with you guys giving me some much needed tips along the way. So if someone says a character's bad, that means nothing to me in some ways. In a lot of ways, to be fair. Right, we've got to go to the Eremite base. Hit the Giddedy bro. Good evening, Duck. How are you? Getting the heat up. Well, we've got 10 wishes coming up. I'm just holding off doing them immediately. We did start the stream a little bit early than we said we would. So we will be doing our 10 wishes very shortly. For those that have PlayStation Plus, by the way, I did say at the start of the stream, for those that weren't in it right at the start, if you have PlayStation Plus, there is a free pack in the store for people that play Genshin Impact. So if it's your thing, you get some more out of it, I suppose. But other than that, there's a few little bits. Wish on the weapon banner for the first time, you regret your life choices.
You made it.
Let's hope it's something good. I hope it is good.
Doing here?
I gave them some.
What made you go for the
technical work to
weapon
do.
banner, Ray?
Ah, it's
I've never
the
wished
scribe.
on the weapon banner.
And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of
Weapon
them is
banner is the
already ready
biggest
for use,
bait
while the
in
others
the
are
game if
still
you're free
under
to play.
repair.
It's gonna scam you.
Devices for can knowledge extraction?
Does that actually
What are
say
you
that
doing
somewhere?
with those?
Not in so many words, obviously. Both
Look
weapons
here.
are something you want. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
More can knowledge?
Yeah, see, that kind of
You're
stuff
going to put
doesn't
more
appeal
weird
to me
stuff
because
into
I
his
don't
head
know
again?
what we need.
What's that look on your face?
So I get away from
Are
that
you
kind
scared?
of pull to
Paimon's a
do
little
that.
scared, but very, very furious.
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet.
Has the rust on it,
As I
which
mentioned during the meeting,
needed
this
refinements for.
knowledge
Ah,
capsule
okay.
contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with,
what plan?
Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule.
I still want to know what the plan is. Huh? Me?
Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes, I do. What I may lack in faith, I make up with my actions. The bottom one kind of sounds like a bit of doubt. I don't want to say that. Yes, I do.
Good. Conviction is the most important part of all of this.
Even if I got paid, I
Now,
won't summon on the
please
weapon
get
banner
ready
as a
and
new
put on this
player. No.
device.
No, I can see that. Well, I wouldn't either.
You
Two
want
rushes got
us
your
to
bow to
record our
R4.
conviction into the knowledge
Oh,
capsule?
so okay, so your Maya got a buff. That's a bonus then.
Yes.
Paimon is still really worried.
Dennis did put me in
I
touch with
understand.
the
But
makers
trust
of
me,
the
Paimon,
game
this is
to become
something we
a
have to
partner
do.
or whatever you
It's
call it
best
with
if you can
them.
do as I say.
Once we have
Because
1,000
to achieve
subscribers,
this
I can
impossible
apply
task,
to be
it sounds like
a
you'll need to
partner,
fool your own
content
heart
creator
first.
for them.
Although it may feel like
I'm
a
not sure
trick,
if I want to. I know you
self-encouragement
get
may
free
be the
Prima
most
Gems and
important
stuff,
tool
but
we have.
I never want to be forced
Everyone can see
to
the
play
point you're
something
trying
just
to make.
because of a connection, if that makes sense. Although I love the game, I'm enjoying it, I thoroughly enjoy it, but just in case there's a time I don't want that forced kind of side of things to happen. Okay, I'm ready.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements.
Sure, okay.
Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Why is Alhytham so hot? I don't personally see it myself.
Read it out loud.
Some stirring words have been written on the note. Although you don't quite understand the purpose of this recording.
It's done.
It's far too quick. What a fascinating experience.
Is your head okay?
Just maybe
Does
the
anything
rust,
hurt?
sacrificial sword, Favernus, and Sagfrags with scarlet sands and Hunter's Path. Big arms. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I think a lot of the male characters are kind of that kind of look, though, aren't they? I think they're meant to be that heart-throbby kind of look. Would be my guess, in terms of the way the characters are. Whereas the Traveller's very underwhelming in that respect. You might give a second thought, just maybe. I'm fine.
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But
He said should.
what's the point of doing this?
There shouldn't be
Hyman
any
doesn't get
negative
it.
effects. Instead of there
And
won't
that's
be.
perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Alhytham has the biggest arms
What do
out
you
of all
mean?
playable characters. Really?
Have you forgotten?
I didn't notice a difference
Our plan
between them and
needs to
anyone else's,
account
to
for
be
those
fair.
who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it
I
hard
think
to
it's the same with
believe,
Dialog,
but for
though, isn't
those
it? It's that
people,
look.
Everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool? A machine?
A slave to orders.
He's got a point.
And that's why rules are so important.
If you rely on it
In
that
addition,
much.
those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hands.
Things you're interested in are
And
really
the tree in the
out there.
desert.
Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small
Thanks for the like,
projects.
much appreciated.
You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Okay, waiting for Caravan Rebat. We don't actually know what the next step is. As
Small
we're not allowed to know yet.
projects.
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few modifications.
Okay. Go to Caravan Rebat and meet up with Sinnoh. Off to see Sinnoh then. There's a lot of talk and not much action at the minute, but a lot of the story quests can be like this. And then you get action at some point during them. Wonder how he's going to perform when he
I
enters
thought
the
we
game.
agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
Is Alhytham not a playable character
carries a
currently
high
then?
risk for casualties.
Then he's on par with Sinnoh.
I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a
I
former
know where he's
Matra,
going.
you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture.
You're definitely
and
on it today.
recognize the innate
Right.
advantages of our plan.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Alhytham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned
I
against
keep saying his name wrong. I've always said Sinnoh, but it's
We
Sinnoh.
agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Alhytham for suggestions. Had I known Alhytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here. don't you?
The Sino is backing out.
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't finish that sentence.
But
right?
as things stand, I can't accept your principles.
You know, Sonic, in the day.
Seems you really do understand.
At the end of the day, it's not. I know.
Traveler,
I feel bad when I don't
Paimon,
pronounce things correctly.
This is also something you should know. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Okay.
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
Why do you pronounce names? Not
That
in
also
my
sounds
Gacha
like
game.
something Al-Haytham
It's not just
told
get
you.
this though. I struggle with
Am I
everything
right?
pronunciation.
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
I live in the south of the
Of
UK,
course he does.
and yet
He told me
the amount of words
there
I
is
speak
no
as a
perfect
northerner,
plan,
even though
but this can get the
I'm
job
not a
done.
northerner, but I for some
He
reason
also
I
said that with the help of
speak
Sino
northern
and
quite
the
often without
Traveler,
meaning
our
to.
chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my own choice to trust you.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to
So I
shove.
can see.
I'm okay with the deaths
I'm
of
still going to
enemies.
call him what I normally do.
But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless laws
You
of
can
our
see
own.
his point. If it's to be authentic, they need to
Can't
push
believe
back,
a
which
Matra would
actually
actually
could be
care
bad.
about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like
So I
you
can completely
are
understand
hard
his
to come
reluctance.
by.
I've always treated my allies
Teddy,
with
good evening, how are
honesty
you?
and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
If there is no other way I can help, I know what I'm doing. There's no other way.
I knew you would say that.
We
Just
can
achievement
help
unforgotten
fight
nights.
some of the
Nice. I had to look at
mercenaries,
trophies
which
today after you
should
finish the
reduce
main
number of
story.
times you'll have to struggle directly
I'm going to
with the
do a
guards.
community
That
post,
should help at least a little bit.
probably tomorrow, maybe Friday, one of the two, so you guys can decide if we go for the platinum or not. I've looked at the trophies. They're not difficult, time consuming more than anything else. So yeah, I'm going to try and leave it to you guys to decide if we go for platinum or not. Because I'm in two minds. And I've always said we don't platinum everything, so I'm still in two minds. We should respect the determination of Ramen and his comrades.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our friends, but the goal we are about to achieve...
Although saying that,
more important.
although you guys have got a choice to
We
make
have no
about whether
fear
doing
of
it or not,
casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory.
Um,
So please, lend us your support.
we should finish Mars
We will
Ranas
show
tomorrow
you
night.
the
We should hopefully achieve the platinum
determination
tomorrow
of us
night.
desert dwellers.
And if that's the case, we could
Well,
always put Gotham Nights in the
Now that
evenings.
you've put it that
to,
way,
to trophy hunt,
I can no
essentially.
longer refuse.
We try and do the
But
solid
remember,
alibi one, but it won't let me interrupt the
You
TV,
need
so
to
you're
follow
stuck.
the
Oh, that's
plan
not
and
fun.
not do anything reckless.
I don't know what that one is, to be fair. I
Candace
looked
made
at
it very
what a
clear
few
that
of
we
them
can
were.
only achieve
Thank
our
you for the much,
goals
appreciate it.
if we can ensure our safety. Since you and I both
There's
recognize
a few on
the
there, it
significance
doesn't give you an
of this
indication of
operation,
really what you have to do from.
there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendroarchon and those of King Deshret. Everyone's life is equally important.
Okay, you have a deal. Let's do this for our shared dream.
Well, they've come
The
to an
guards should
agreement.
be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
Okay, we're going to speak to the soldiers stationed nearby. It's just down here. Hang on. I can't have gone past them. Are they above us? If I just walk straight past them. No, they're here. I thought I'd walk past them, to be fair. But they can't farm for Wanderer or Gladiator makes a blood
General
pool.
Mahamatra.
Why can't you
To
farm
what
for
do
them?
we owe the honor?
Thank you for the like, whoever was, much appreciated.
This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need.
Oh, there's no domain. Oh,
Who
wow.
exactly
Okay.
are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale
Oh,
of this
so you just gotta
operation,
farm
we
bosses
may need
and
to
hope
report it
they
to our
drop.
superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain El Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale
Thanks for the
of
like with us,
supplies
much
from the
appreciated.
Academia.
As many as Ain al-Ahmar. This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors
the
as soon as
Strongbox.
possible. And treat it as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Got it. Please
Troll
wait a
box.
moment. I'll contact them
Why did you
immediately.
call it a troll box? You look so commanding when you're working.
Because this is work.
You're much more friendly to us.
Because I trust you.
Short, simple answers.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General
Well,
Mahamatra?
Paimon saying that out loud so people can hear
Even if that
probably
guard
doesn't help.
know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance.
Okay, we're learning some of the plan.
But don't worry. The guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
Most promising artifacts ever, and that curse sends a
First,
full short.
the
Oh,
other
okay.
Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Let's
Which
agree on
brings us
something.
to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry.
So,
If you
Al-Hytham
remember,
knows, but won't
when
tell
you
him.
first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
Are we the unknown, I wonder?
That's
The Akasha
true.
may not be able to predict our
But
movements
why?
because we're unknown.
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
I would have said it because it was a
Academia
mathematical
firmly
equation.
believes that all human
possibly.
actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model.
Ah.
However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times?
And we're definitely not
Emotions
logical,
are
are
part of
we?
our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable down to the letter in every single instance? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to your real-life behavioral principles.
Once you started teaming up with
Decisive
others, that
and
changed
principled,
things.
You were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out.
You
But
can't now.
now, You've joined a team, and I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it.
He's making a very good point.
Thoughts and logic
Thanks for the like, it was much
intermingled
appreciated.
and weave themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
It's the probably that bugs me.
Makes sense to me.
He's never firm,
I
it's all
agree.
probably.
The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
For those that don't realize, the reason he's looking grainy
I guess
is
there
we're
are things
listening
that
to a
even the
past
Akasha
memory.
cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped by the past.
And now back to present day.
I'm so glad that this is settled.
I think Al Hyphen's got a very good point,
Next
though.
time, pay attention during our meetings.
Predicting someone's logical patterns of behaviour is difficult, especially if you're in a group that will change your perception of things. I'm confident that we can do
Just
this.
remember to stay vigilant.
We will try and stay as vigilant as possible.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District. My name is Luxembargo.
Luxembargo.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working with me. The construct next to him is for his work.
Paimon's a construct.
Beep!
What a great honor to meet you.
I like
Your
that.
golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Nice to meet you too.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as
Community's
yourself.
in shambles.
There's no need for flattery.
Why is the community in shambles?
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map.
The guard immediately brings over a map. Sino.
In 2 days, we will
Circles a
engage
location.
Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them.
They redesigned a
Any
character that
questions
was
about
leaked
the
in the
time
past.
or location?
So that's
None
why
at
I
all,
disagree with leaks.
Good.
If they had them in leak, they probably wouldn't have
See you
redesigned it.
Yes, sir.
Besides World War III, really. Yeah, if there weren't leaks, then surely they wouldn't redesign these things.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
Yeah, it does feel pretty good.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back against that massive pillar of power. Get ready. We will move out in 2 days.
So in 2 days, we move out. Wait until the appointed time 2 days later. Okay. Since the story is making us fast forward time anyway, why don't we do our wishes now? Because then we're probably going to get into some deeper story. So we have enough for 10 wishes on the event banners. We've got 15 days to get as many wishes in as possible on these banners. Do we want Yamaya or do we go for Nahida? Now I think we should go for Nahida. The reason I'm thinking it is other than the Traveller, I don't think we have another Dendro character, do we? Do we? Hang on, I may be wrong in that. Do we have another Dendro character? Yes, we do. We have Calais. So that's it. Whereas we have a couple of Pyro characters. We've got Amber, Zhangling, we've got Thoma. Bennett as well, just to add to that. So I'm thinking Nahida. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. Honestly, at this point, you only wish for fun since you already have 2 teams. That's true. We just need to level up more. Some of them, don't we? So let's do the 10 wishes on Nahida. I think I just said it. If I didn't say it, thank you for the like, much appreciated. 10 wishes. What do we think? Anything good? We can only hope. Love them both and they're both goated. Right, okay. Let's go for Nahida. See what happens. Let's go for it. Fingers crossed it's something good. Okay, Harbinger of Dawn. Brilliant start. Slingshot. Debate Club. Raven Bow. Favenous Codex. Okay, please don't let that be what the big pull. Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. I bet that's it. Harbinger of Dawn. Black Tassel. Skyrider Sword. Emerald Orb. So our 10 wishes. The best we got out of our 10 wishes was the Favenous Codex. My wish luck is horrendous. The majority of the time. Favenous Codex it is. I think we've already got it. And if so, at least we can enhance one. Or we can refine it. I think. So that was worth it. As always. Could have been better. Could have been better. A lot better, yeah. Let's head quickly to the shop. We have got enough to buy the last 2 this month. So we've got them in the bag ready to rumble. Yeah, we did the 10 wishes on the standard banner as well, so they're done. I've never looked at this one, to be fair. I'm not going to do wishes. But you got 1,000 floating loose, thunder and pulse and rust. Okay. I never really looked at it. No characters. I know we did well. That was worth the wishing. I kind of guessed that could happen, to be fair. So, weapon-wise, we need to find someone who uses the book. I think we can upgrade it. That'll do. Weapons. So, her Favenous Codex we can now refine. We just need to unlock it first. So, we unlock. And then we can enhance Sucroses. We can actually ascend it, to be fair, but we'll hold off for the time being. Favenous Codex. We can now refine it. There we go. Refinement level 2. 70% chance to generate a small amount of elemental particles, which will generate 6 energy for the character. You even have a 5-star book. Yes, we do have a 5-star book. We have Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds. Okay, so we've got to speed up time then, by the looks of things. For 2 days. So, there we go, 2 days. Bought the black. Oh, you bought the pole, did you, from the store? Yeah, so I'm quite good at not spending in-game currency on stuff like that, to be fair. You think Yanfei used it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we stuck it on Barbara because we got it quite early on when we were using Barbara. To be fair. Well, that's 2 days. Whether that's the right time or not, I don't know.
It's time for the operation!
East.
Let's go meet Sino in the desert!
East side of the desert, or Clee if you have another. I think we have got Clee, to be fair. Another character we don't really use. We've got so many. The amount of characters we don't use, I want to try and level as many up as possible over the course of however long we played this for. I know that's asking a lot, but once we start getting characters to max level, maybe it'll be a bit easier. Okay. East side of the desert, this is where we're meant to be. To not check Discord.
Look! Over there!
Why should I not check Discord, Luna?
Let's hurry over!
Blackcliff only happens to be
Wait a
good
moment.
on Zhao since there isn't any other good 4-star bit. Okay.
Oh, it's you!
You're my assistant, remember?
Yes, I remember.
Being my assistant, you must stay with me. Now let's head over there.
Just don't.
It's General Mahamatra
you know
and
I'm
his
going to check it at
assistants.
some point this evening after stream.
We meet again.
I'll do. I'll look at it after stream.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive. They are our only leads for the case. If they die, we will be unable to continue the
So that's
investigation.
his warning to the guards not
Understood.
to hurt them. Which is what his fear
the
was.
Eremites are approaching from the west.
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome. What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not interested in a
expecting
deal.
more of them, to be fair.
Rahman.
Ominous, yeah, it is, isn't
The
it?
Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales. If you value your life, I advise you to surrender.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia? I can't believe you came all this way just to catch us.
I'm not here to talk.
Oh. Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood. Let's show them we Eremites are not
I know they
to be
need to
messed
push
with.
back, but fighting back to that degree, it's probably a little bit too far. Oh, I've got to fight them as well.
Scatter!
And we've got to defeat them within 30 seconds, 300 seconds.
Disappear!
We've got Pogo Stick Zhao to help.
Here.
Is that all of them? More incoming. And that will get that firing out even quicker now as well.
Get out of here! Propagate!
You missed. We did level up our world not too long ago, so obviously the enemies are a lot harder than they used to be. Right, that's you down. There's a 9 to defeat in total in the time frame.
To ashes!
Bennett.
Get out of here!
Nice reaction going there. While he's on fire, get as many reactions there as we can, I think.
Propagate!
Right, another one down. Now back in the fight. I think he's nearly down. There we go. 3 left to do. And here they come now.
Spring forth!
I'll get that firing quicker now. And we can get Xiao back in.
Worthless!
I think we'd struggle if we didn't have Zhao, wouldn't we? So much. Where's this guy?
Worthless! Propagate!
They're nearly down. Come on. There we go. Did it in the time frame they wanted us to do it as well.
Over.
We have subdued them. The operation
Now that
is
you
now
see
over.
your team.
All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel in the area have been arrested.
Sinnoh would make a replacement Zhao. Really?
Pitiful Dendro
Zhao's the one that spares us so much. Without him, we wouldn't have done as much
I'm
as we have.
afraid you'll regret it first.
King Deshret will curse you, and you will all!
Silence!
I think he punched him.
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General Mahamatra.
Yes, sir!
Guards escort Furious looking Ramen and the others away. Sinnoh, Itto, and Zhao are all very similar. Oh,
I will now
okay.
take my leave. If you need further assistance, please come to Caravan Rebot and ask for me.
Understood.
Been a bit weaker than the others.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
Okay, let's talk elsewhere then. Find a safe place free of potential eavesdroppers and begin your conversation. Thanks for the light, much appreciated whatever that was.
Yes.
What's going on in this game? I haven't played since 2.2. Well, there's more story being added to the desert area. That happened last night, early hours this morning for me.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of new stuff.
I promise. I'll get everyone into Sumeru City safely.
Thank you, Sinnoh.
Yeah, well.
It's not the time to celebrate yet. I believe Dia should already be waiting for you.
Sounds like we're
Go
like
join up with her.
5 different
She will
parts
need
of
you
the,
to
of the
introduce
plan.
her to Tainari.
We don't know all about. We know some of it.
Okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse to work with us?
But we seem to be an integral part to quite a few different parts of this plan. I'm a little worried about that too.
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my message alone should be enough to bring him to our side. He knows I won't make jokes about things like this. If we need help, Tainari is the best option. Get ready for the next phase of the plan.
Raiden is still the best outcome.
Don't keep them waiting.
I don't know how you judge that, to be fair. Okay, we've got to meet Dyer now in Caravan Rabat. We have just gained an achievement, so we'll grab that while I remember, because otherwise I'll just forget. We'll find Prima Gems. We could also do with healing, so let's head there to heal first, then we'll head to the Caravan Rabat and meet Dyer. Didn't mean to press that. I was trying to grab the butterfly. Right, we're all healed. So, back to Caravan Rabat. We've got to meet up with Daya as a playable character. Ah, okay. Well, that was our first bit of action. Now it's against people who are helping us.
Our part of the plan is the most important of all. And here you come rolling in late. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some clothes shopping.
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep you waiting.
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of.
We've got important stuff to take care of. Sorry the situation was a bit tricky.
I just like seeing that serious look on your face. Alright, I'll stop. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care of this as soon as possible.
But where
Can't wait for Dyer to come.
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger.
There's a few characters in the game that we see a lot that aren't playable, isn't there?
Lord Kusanali. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
There's always that risk.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh.
The only character that I've used that I think is like lowest
Hearing his name just
bottom
reminds me
of
of
the
those
kind
stuffy
of
old geezers in the
character
academia.
list would be
I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that.
Aloy, because I just don't think they've done that justice, to be fair. So what should we do?
According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis Di and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, we'll make any necessary adjustments to our plan. The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard.
I didn't expect you to become my bodyguard.
You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone, you know.
Yeah, Aloy just doesn't work, I know. When we started playing and saw her in there and thought, oh, wow,
That's
Aloy, we'd not
true.
long finished
But when multiple
Zero Dawn.
employers are vying for your services,
And
you
I
should
was
always
so
go with the best
disappointed.
offer.
But then I also didn't want her to work
See,
because she
if
doesn't
I were to
belong
charge you a
in the
bill,
game.
I
That makes
guess I
sense.
can apply a discount.
You better get a discount.
How much more do you want? I'm not sure we can afford it.
Paimon, it's okay. We've got about
how
10
much
million in
do
the bank.
I
We're all
want?
good.
Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say?
Huh?
I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must look lovely when they smile. Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried.
Thank you, Dyer.
Looking good. I hope
It's
this
just
pretty
has a
smile will
big
become our
design
lucky
flaw.
charm.
Yeah, like I said, I
There
don't
are many
think she
kinds of
belongs
smiles,
in the game anyway.
but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to
It's like they were
others.
trying to jump on a
Let's
trend at the
consider
time.
this smile a down payment for our future victory. Let's go. It's time to pay a visit to Pardis Di.
Okay, off to find Tignari. So I'm hoping somewhere we've been before, because at least then we can fast travel. It is indeed somewhere we've been to before. I'm pretty sure this has lots of different ways to get to places. It's going to be really confusing to find. No, maybe not actually. It's quite straightforward. This isn't the place I was thinking of. There is a place where you teleport in and all the pathways are so higgledy-piggledy, it never makes sense of where you're heading. Tignari's here. Maybe she's similar to Yamaya, but once you play her for a little.
Ah, Traveler,
yeah,
Paimon.
I took her out quite quickly, I think.
And you are?
As I say, I think they were trying to capitalise on the likability of the character more than someone who actually worked within the game itself. Long time no see.
This is our friend Dia. She's an Eremite mercenary.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
Tignari, we want to ask you about something.
It's something really important. Please help us out.
All right, then follow me.
Going for a walk by the looks of things.
This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me?
Have you ever met the Doctor? So they would work if they would change only one thing. What could they change to make it work? I want to know where he is.
The Doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Party's DI just a little while ago.
Oh, really?
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met, but your answer is very important to us. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say?
Tignari seems a bit reluctant to tell us.
I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia. Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have to tell me everything that's happened.
Okay.
Sino's name really does work wonders.
That's a good suggestion, actually.
You're not even a little worried that we might have made it all up?
I kind of think they've forgotten about her now. I think there's more
characters
in. She's kind of just been forgotten about and left in the corner more than anything else.
None of you strike me as the type that would conspire to deceive me. You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Okay.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
Yeah, why does he want her? What is he after?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent.
Ah.
So you mean... you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered
So again, it's grainy because it's a vision of the past.
To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis Di. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants. But you're right. Hypatia has indeed been receiving treatment from me.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Oh, they're both talking in riddles,
I'll be
isn't
frank. I would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Don't think he cares.
Oh.
Hi, whole man. Good evening. How are you?
I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me. To the
Throw
point
apples
of
at him.
even questioning my general level of knowledge.
I did jump in one of your streams the other day, the High Old Man. Said hello.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made
but
such a request.
I couldn't make out what you were saying.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most advanced and effective treatment. I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery.
I've got so many people's videos and stuff to catch up on their channels. I need
Hypatia
some time to get around to doing it more than I have done.
Scholar of the academia, Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer to another nation. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the
Well, from what
person
about home? At
currently
least you're home,
responsible
that's
for her
important.
treatment, I cannot
I don't know what
possibly
you mean,
sign
Ray.
off on this transfer. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass.
So he said no.
I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that, just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I've come to
Recently, you
detest.
can't stay up late.
It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's
That's
so
an age thing,
confident
Simmer, isn't
in
it?
himself and his abilities, to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to
Dotor is his
someone like
name.
him.
Do you think he'll just give up on her?
I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic.
You know I won't.
Still,
Especially not commissions.
his reaction really
I
concerned
want
me.
to keep the story going. We can spend resident stuff on Friday, because Friday's morning's bigger. But that'll be my plan on Friday morning. Thank you very much, Simmer. Thank you for joining us. But always appreciated.
I see.
And thank you for the
see.
conversation as well.
Of course, your opinion
Have a good
makes
sleep, and
perfect
hopefully we'll see you soon.
sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. I must say, you are
Thanks,
not
Simmer.
like what I had expected. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today, what with Her Most Noble Majesty the Tsaritsa calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said, you're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that, you're still lacking.
As I say, residence measured.
And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've
The reason I
learned.
don't spend it as much as I should is because I always look at the story and go, okay, we'll do the story. Well, this story takes this amount of time, and then it's the end of the stream. It's like, okay, I haven't spent it. I never keep on top of resin. But also resin's grinding. That's one thing I don't like doing.
At something unpleasant.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes.
Talking
He
rock.
never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. From his tone, I can sense that he's always looked down on others.
Look down on others. He's probably got it about right, to be fair. I can't believe he's actually leaving Sumeru.
I can barely believe it myself. But if that's
Tighnari
true,
is so
the
cool. I do like
situation will
Tighnari.
be in our favor.
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky.
I always think
Now that
one
you know a
tackle
little more, it
satisfies,
should
isn't
be
it? Two
easier
tackle
for you
minimum.
to stay safe.
Yeah, when we have tacos or what are they called? Wraps essentially. One's never enough. Three's too many. But two doesn't always fill you enough either. It's a weird one. I bet if you had made two though, you wouldn't want the second one. That's the thing, isn't it? Thank you for sharing the information with us, Tighnari.
Sorry we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway. I won't forget your kindness.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started because of me.
Started because of him?
Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and assist him with his research.
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and tone are both familiar, but some details have been omitted. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. 1 dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for a rainy day. This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe something may have happened to him.
Burrito's where it's at.
I get it.
They do make a
Since
mess.
you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia, to investigate this matter.
When I lived in London,
right?
there was a place
I'd
not
like
too
to
far
ask
from
you
where I
to do
lived
that
that
for
made amazing
If
burritos.
you can keep yourself safe,
Go there quite often.
please withdraw
Far too
immediately at the first hint of danger.
I can do that. but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be involved with it.
So, Tighnari thinks this may have happened all because of him, because of his
really
conversation with
hiding
Sinnoh.
something. Then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation once the investigation starts. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia.
You got 69
If you don't
residents.
see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
All right, we've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario
Yeah, it
comes
was
to
lovely.
pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from the Academia.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. I know what I'm doing. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The Academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end, it still caught up to him.
So, is this what kicked it all off, do we think? Honestly, Tighnari thinks it was.
So you noticed something was up with the Academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how
Way more
Sinnoh became
scripted
involved in
cinematic
all
story than I
this.
thought. There is a lot of scripted stuff,
In
yeah.
that case, I must keep my promise and help you however I can.
The boy's the big fox,
Also,
a
if
beast
you
is.
run into Sinnoh again, please help me pass on a message to him. Trust your own senses and experiences.
A message to pass
I
on.
think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
I think Tighnari knows roughly what's happening.
Thanks.
Right.
But obviously
now let's
he's
go
not
hunt down this
saying
harbinger.
that.
Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis DI?
That way.
Are we chasing after the doctor then?
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way.
See you later. Okay. So are we now chasing down the doctor? Or are we...
According to Tighnari,
Meeting
the
somewhere
doctor
else.
is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth. He also said that he'll take
Yeah,
care
no, I
of
got what
everything
you meant,
before
to
he
be fair.
leaves. What did he mean by that?
It was pun intended,
We need
wasn't
to
it?
be extra careful when dealing with a person like him. Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we
Oh,
find.
did you actually make a spelling mistake? I actually thought you meant it that way.
How can we start chasing
I think there was some little cutscenes and stuff impressed
We'll
when I
do it
learned
the
from that voice
mercenary
actor.
way.
There's
I'll
a lot
find
of
leads
that,
as
though,
we
to be
go.
fair.
All you have to do is just follow me.
There was quite a lot of scripted cinematic scenes.
That harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces.
Okay, we got...
Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is.
So we're following Dea to track down the doctor.
Yep, we're headed in the right direction.
She's tracking him, we're just following.
The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage.
It's, yeah, it is a
Clearly
story.
they're
Yeah,
in
it
a
is a
hurry.
story-based game. To be fair, yeah. But for multiplayer, an
it's
online
just as I
potential multiplayer game, you wouldn't expect so much story, would you? That's the thing. I think that's one of the things I really enjoy about it is the amount of story there is. If there was a lot less story, I don't know how much I'd still enjoy it. To be fair. All right, what we got
We
here?
can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went.
Where
to
did
the
he
south
go?
of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos? They're going to leave by boat?
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look for ourselves.
Okay, we need to head to the port then. There's something in here. Starshroom. There's something shining over here as well. I can't not pick up something that's shining. We could dig as well. What's this? Ooh, nice exquisite chest.
on the road.
Exquisite chest. We got one more. Okay, we're heading to Port Ormos then, which is down here. One more from the exquisite chest. How bad is that? Okay. This is where we go. It doesn't have to be for what it is, though. That's what you got me impressed. They could have done some minimal voice acting. Like all the other. Yeah, no, you are right. They could have done minimal. That is why I think I enjoy it so much, though, is the fact that they constantly put in more effort in new events. New story launched last night, early hours this morning for me.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezh 9 Harbinger.
So we are, you know, they're always constantly adding more to it as well.
I've still only seen him once or twice.
Yeah, the story is done really well.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back
I'm
then,
assuming I can't just walk past them, guys. Oh, I've lost my target. I walked too far away.
Shh! Don't. The port is crawling with.
Let's keep going.
Okay, we can't draw attention to ourselves. Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, I wasn't being sneaky.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I've got eyes on me, but I'm trying to stay.
Hold a position in our homeland.
Stay sneaky,
Back
sneaky.
Then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him.
I'm not here.
It's always like that when you spend too long
Looking
away
at
from home. When he gets
rugs.
back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Maybe.
But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles.
There's a big guy over there.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
Got lots of eyes on me. Yeah, I don't want to cross the big guy.
Boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him.
Okay, we're going to hide ourselves in Wakata Funduck. If I knew what that was, it would help. Ah, here, that'll do. You've got to get busy tonight, end up streaming if the killers are going to be chill.
Keep an eye on the boat.
Thank you very much, the Hireman. Thanks for dropping by and saying hello as well. Much appreciated. I'll try and drop in that stream very soon as well. And yeah, thank you very much, the Hireman. Look after yourself, and we'll speak soon. Are we sure he's not planning something?
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
He saw us.
He waved though.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
Does seem to be.
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
You mean there's nobody with him?
Thanks for the like, it was much appreciated.
Where are all the soldiers we saw in the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago, but now they vanished.
So this was a trap.
It's a trap. There's no one around us though.
Wait, don't tell me that.
Maybe it's not a trap.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Boat carrying the doctor sails out of the harbour. He's gone.
Oh no.
The reason the Fatui said that the doctor's personality was so different compared to what they knew is because in the manga it was a lot more deranged and less calm. Oh really? Oh wow. Okay.
They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hypatia once connected her consciousness to the Balladeer.
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away. And if I couldn't...
Oh no! Are you saying they're going to kill her?
Let's go!
So this was a way of luring us away then, by the sounds of it. Right, we're going to get back there as quickly as possible. Well, there's a very quick way of doing that. It was more cold and cruel compared to how he acts now. Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Party's DI is not a place you Fatui can just show up and do as you please.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in Party's DI
Mad
for
scientist.
research purposes.
Oh, wow, that's completed now. He is now then.
You've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar like yourself. I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Party's DI now? I'm pretty sure you're not just looking for
Tignari
herbs.
stands in his ground.
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing about keeping a low profile. I may be staying at Party's DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a Forest Watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so much to Sumeru.
I don't think he's
Then
letting
it
him in.
seems our conversation has hit an impasse.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
Yep, he's not letting him in.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
Okay.
Detoxifying heat.
Go defeat the attacking Fatui.
Propagate. Harden up.
Get out of here!
Take cover. Roast and fry. Scatter.
We are doing damage, not a massive amount, but we're doing some. I do struggle against Geo characters, so it's definitely something we lack, is a way of taking out a Geo character easily.
You need to hurry up.
This guy, on the other hand, I'm not overly worried about, especially when you have a Zhao with his pogo stick.
Here. Worthless. Worthless.
Okay, that's his pogo stick all out.
Power that ended Python!
Hurry up. This one's well done.
Getting some reactions, not as many as I would have liked, but we're getting some reactions in there.
Hurry up.
Okay,
Roast and fry.
he is nearly down.
There's no use resisting. Give
Okay,
us Hypatia.
that's him
Keep
down.
dreaming.
Oh, there's more. Yeah, I wasn't expecting more to show up, to be fair. Alright, at least we can get in charge. I was trying to get Zhao healed as well while we're in here. Go Zhao. Back to the pogo stick. Okay, Zhao is nearly down. Hopefully he'll be able to do a bit more damage before he leaves us. Okay, let's get this affected by Electro so it actually hits quicker. Big guy is nearly down, to be fair. Big guy's down, just one to go. He's out of the circle. The circle's gone anyway, to be fair. I just stood next to me, didn't shoot me.
To ashes!
Roast and fry.
The Traveller is out, I didn't realise the Traveller was nearly down, to be fair. I know Electro's not going to do anything to him.
You need to hurry up.
But I needed Bennett's healing more than anything else. If the Traveller was nearly down, that. Got some mushrooms joining, some fungi as well. Ah, we killed him a little bit there.
You need to hurry up.
Caught him on the edge of that, I think. We are getting some reactions, it's not quick though. But I think a lot of that is because we upgraded our world. So I think that's why we won't get quick reactions anymore, because the enemy are all a lot stronger now than they were previously because of that upgrade. But I missed him there with the propagate.
Roast and fry.
Right, down. More Fatui incoming.
Doctor's orders are absolute.
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you
Okay,
don't
we
know
need Electro
anything
to
else
hit
now.
that. That will speed that up, and then we can get Zhao in. I don't know how long it will last once he's in. We can get a few pogo stick moves in. That's a big bonus. Zhao's down. I knew it was going to be close, but I thought there was a chance we'd lose him.
Get out of here! Everybody stand back! Send this quickly!
Obviously now Beidou's no real use to us because the Electro won't really do anything. We get a reaction if we can.
Off we go!
Could bring back Zhao, to be fair. We are going to need something if we're not careful. It's not an easy fight by any stretch. Use her shield for a minute. This guy's... that's him down. I know we're not meant to be taking those on, but they're there. Ideally I'm going to need Bennett, I think. It's safe to bring him in. He's one hit away from dying. Not anymore. We've got him back. So the healing for Bennett will help now.
Why do they never miss? Propagate!
Okay.
Get out of here!
We're doing okay. These big guys just take a little bit longer to defeat. Now I've upgraded our world level. Obviously losing Zhao isn't exactly the best move for us. Oh, we need a quick hit by Beidou here, and that will speed up. Don't think she hit it. Oh, she may have done, actually. It's doing more damage quickly because of the hit of the Electro. I know we don't need to take them down, but they're there. May as well take them out if we can.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Propagate quickly! Get out of here!
Bennett's doing the damage that he can. I'll put Beidou back in for a minute. She's not going to do anything major. Just take his attack out the way though. Yeah, we are going to need a heal after this. Bennett back in for another nice reaction. Traveller back in as well. So nearly down. There he is. Fatui are down.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak around and attack from behind.
Got it.
Okay, we need to head to Hypatia. I need a heal. So I'm hoping quickly go and disappear and heal first. Maybe not.
Hypatia's still here.
As long as we don't get attacked, we'll be okay. We are pretty low health. And obviously without Zhao, who saves us in the moments of need. Why is she so still? Yeah, I couldn't lie that still if I was sleeping.
How is she?
Everything's fine. She's sound asleep.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
So, you think this is over?
That voice. Balladeer.
What? The Balladeer is here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
Paimon can't see him, so is he a spirit, a ghost? Wait. Is it because I made physical contact with Hypatia? Is the Balladeer in her consciousness?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Parties DI and made contact with Hypatia.
What did you do to Hypatia?
I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Balladeer, right? That's impossible.
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch.
But why?
I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, Traveler! What are you doing?
Paimon, please stay quiet for now. Not just for now, for a little while.
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details. Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me?
He has got a point. The Academia acted even faster than we thought.
Scholars consider the God of Wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. It's truly laughable.
If you hear my thoughts, I want to ask you a question.
Yes. What is it?
You're acting more friendly than usual, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this.
But are you really okay with all this?
What do you mean?
The Academia plans to infuse your consciousness with divine knowledge capsules. This is extremely risky. Even if the Academia's theories are correct, and you manage to gain the wisdom of a god, you would probably no longer remain yourself. You'll become the new Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Even if it means losing yourself, would you still want to become a god? William, good evening, how are you?
Those words almost
Baladir
make
is a
you
puppet
sound
and
like
he wants to
friend
be a
who
god. I think
actually
when he
cares.
becomes the Wanderer, he'll
But
try to
you're
make
wrong.
up for the Traveler.
I'm different from all
Okay.
of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up
Thanks for
until
the
this
like, it was
point
much
has
appreciated.
just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is what gives it value. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should have been erased a long time ago. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world done for you to protect it with such zest and conviction?
You wouldn't understand.
I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking and sense the depth of your determination.
So he wants to be a god.
This is a
then.
good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss in ignorance.
If that's truly what you believe, why did you keep your connection with Apasia? Surely I can't read it quick
You've
enough.
seen
I
my
should have turned this
affection for her.
autoplay off.
If you were in my position, I think you'd feel the same way. She peered into my consciousness and saw my past. Someone like that is qualified to become my first follower. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory.
Yeah, you're definitely right. He wants to be a god. Is that so?
You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon, you'll know what kind of authority you're challenging.
How soon? That's the question. If you truly cherish your follower, you should protect her from harm.
Who wants to hurt my devout follower?
It seems that the doctor does not wish for her to stay in Sumeru and continue receiving treatment
The
here.
doctor wants to hurt my first follower?
Doesn't that make you mad?
How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing
He
discord?
thinks we're lying.
The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the new god. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift, just like my expression of affection towards Hypatia. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded.
So what is our reward then? That look on your face, what are you planning?
Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be reasonable.
Paimon hears thunder!
Thunder? Could it be the Balladeer?
That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while.
He's become milder, but somehow even more deranged.
Where is the storm headed?
Can't be. Is the Balladeer using the Gnosis to change the weather?
That means anyone outside is in danger! Let's go! Tighnari and Dia still must be fighting!
Okay. Ignore the joining the Eremites. Keeps coming up with that, but it's not something we need to do. Okay, the storm is all around us. To be fair, I need to desperately heal. Can I fast travel? Yeah, I do need to heal. Because I think we can fast travel back, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So let's quickly heal, and then we can head back. I don't know if there's obviously going to be another big fight, and if there is, we're in no state to do it. So let's head back over here.
Paradis Di is not a place you F2P can just show up and do as you please.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear.
Oh no.
Even the Grand... I've done my duty.
It would seem that you can keep
I
trying...
think me fast traveling has reset this mission.
I may be staying. It is still my...
That's why I'm skipping the talking. We've done this part, and now we've got to redo it.
I'm fine.
These F2P have really crossed the line.
Because we fast travelled out to heal, we now need to redo this whole fight. That's annoying.
Have a load of this. That seemed to work.
I missed everything. Yeah, that's really annoying. The fact we've got to redo the whole fight now.
You need to hurry up.
All because we fast travelled out. So we've won this fight once before. But it doesn't count. All because we fast travelled the hill.
This one's well done.
Propagate.
Yeah, that's annoying. I mean, I think that means we've got to have that conversation again, although we can obviously skip the story part of the conversation this time. At least we know not to fast travel next time. Beidou is actually nearly down. Still Beidou.
You need to hurry up.
You down yet? Not quite.
Well done.
Propagate.
Yeah, definitely not what I planned.
You need to hurry up.
All because we need to get Zhao back in the game.
There's no use
Right,
resisting.
him down.
Give us Hypatia.
Next
Keep
one's a
training.
him.
Yeah, Tighnari, beat him up!
Zhao can now do his. But yeah, a little bit frustrated with that. Because we shouldn't have to redo this. So a little bit annoyed. Big guy's down. Okay, what I do need, I need Fennec to be able to heal, because then we can get like that. Heals you out. We can just build him back up again. If everyone healed, it's needed to.
This one's well done. Roasted fry.
Okay, get Beidou to get a hit as well. So we know we can't travel back to heal. We know obviously that's a mistake.
This one's well done.
We are doing damage, albeit slowly.
Roasted fry. You need to hurry up.
So Beidou is packing a punch.
This one's well done.
Right, we'll Xiao back in for when we get the next lot of people come in. I'm assuming we've restarted it. I don't... We may not have done, but the storm's not here, so I think we have. And it doesn't say how many more are still to come. So I do think we have restarted. We should find out more once after this fight. If I'm healed back up again.
You need to hurry up.
Completely missed.
You need to hurry up.
These guys are nearly down.
The doctor's orders are absolute.
Right, more Pursuit soldiers. So yeah, I think we have. It has restarted annoyingly. Okay, that's now in place. Let's take down the big guy. But yeah, that's frustrating. That also means we need to redo the conversation with the Balladeer. Yes. Right, we do need to be healing sooner rather than later, I think.
Propagate! Get out of here! Off we go!
So, as I say, Benny needs to move, but we can now heal at least. The Traveller healed as well.
Let's end this quickly.
And Jiao can get a bit of healing in. There we go.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon,
Yeah,
please
so
go to Hypatia.
we've done this, and now we've got to skip through it all again. We cannot fast travel the hill. So this, I'll skip through this as we've done it all already. It's frustrating that we've got to redo it, but I'll try and get through it as quickly as we can.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, that's frustrating. I just wanted to get a team back in case there was another fight coming.
So,
and reset the whole thing.
I think this is over.
The problem is I can't skip much of it. It's not allowing me to skip too much that quickly. Even if I'm pressing X.
What? The Balladeer is...
I just wonder if I turn autoplay off, maybe that would mean... No, we still can't skip any quicker, to be fair.
Horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
That's annoying. All because I wanted to heal my team before we went out. Before we got caught in the
I can
storm.
hear all of your thoughts, you know.
So we have done all this. We've read this literally
Don't
5
you
minutes ago and
remember?
listened to it.
I didn't
restarted
need to...
itself.
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness.
So it's a case of
moment
just
I
trying to
sensed your
speed it up as
touch.
much as possible.
I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand. My deification is nearly complete. All that's
Right,
left
go on.
now are just some final details. Do you understand?
Every time a little emblem shows
Even
on
if
those
you
writing
manage
means
to
I can
rescue
speed it up.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
It's just,
it
oh,
will
I've
be
listened to this all
impossible
once.
for
It's
you
quite a long
to defeat a bona
talking
fide
speech
god
as
like
well.
me.
For it to
Is it
reset and do it all
wise to-
again is annoying.
Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total
If you
of
haven't
their
listened to
faith.
this, obviously go back 10
It's
minutes
how
ago
they can
and you can have a
justify
listen to it.
reverence, but this also shows... Yes.
Okay, I'd never normally skip
Yeah,
story and
I'm
stuff.
in a
It's
good
just
mood,
because I've literally watched
which
it
is
2
why
seconds
I'm
ago.
talking to you like this. What do you mean?
Okay. That's us trying to convince him to take on the doctor. He
you're
doesn't
wrong.
believe us.
I'm different from all of you. I
I've
was
got that
born
sign
to
appears. I'm
become
trying
a
to get it
god.
done quickly.
My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is all I have. Indeed, to me,
A little bit of speeding up
the
there.
sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, I'm connected to... This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian
I hate
complex.
skipping
It'll be
story.
for your own good.
But we have listened to it, so
as
it's
well
kind
as
of a reason to do so. But I still don't like skipping
She
story.
peered into my... All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become...
Okay, come on.
You're doubting me again? Who wants to hurt...
So this is our way of getting him to go after the doctor, but he doesn't quite believe us.
How How very amusing. Has anyone ever told... The doctor has never known his place. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be
I'm
enough to
hoping when we
convince...
get through this
It
and
is
get
an
back to where we
honor for
were
you
before
to
we
be
fast
able to
traveled,
stand here
it doesn't do
and
the same thing
speak
again.
with
We're not going to
me.
fast travel, but there's
As
still
my
that chance
listener,
that will break it again.
you will be rewarded.
We'll know once we get there, I think.
Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all.
Okay, we're nearly at the point where we were at. Okay, Thunder. We're nearly back to where we were.
Where is the That means anyone outside is in danger!
Okay, we're back to where we were now before it sent us backwards because we fast travelled. So, no fast travelling this time. All our characters survived the fight in a better way this time, I think, by the end of it. Okay, we're heading... There they are. Okay. At least now we can carry on the story. That was annoying having to redo that.
Retreated?
Tignari and Dial are over there.
Hey, what happened to you?
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen eremites get struck by lightning before. You need to rest.
Oh, he's been struck by lightning.
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone, almost as if it were alive. Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn to shreds by the bolts of lightning.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat.
Your wound?
It's all right. My wound aside, you look like...
Can't see the wound.
You've seen something unpleasant. Is Hypatia all right?
She's okay for now, but I want to tell you something.
Hey, didn't I tell you not to move?
Just in case. Let's go to Hypatia's place and talk about things there.
Okay. Isn't that just literally where we just come from, I think? Okay, we do need to dodge the lightning. It will hurt us if we get hit by it, so we need to be aware of that. So this is exactly where we've just come out of, but we need to head back there anyway. Out of the storm.
Thank goodness she's fine.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself first?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal. I'll be all right.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. They always think they can push through the pain.
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit. Sorry, Traveler. Now you may start.
Okay, we need to tell him what's been happening. You recount everything from me and the doctor at Port Ormuz to encounter the Balladeer while checking up on Hypatia.
So that's what you were talking to the Balladeer about? Can't believe what he's thinking.
The Academia's God creation plan. How ridiculous.
That sounds, ambitious, I guess? Anyway, this is all way beyond me. As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I'll only work when I have to. I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party SDI.
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for your help back there.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to, and left Sumeru in a hurry.
Yeah, and also, I also have a theory. What's that theory? I think the Balladeer is the reason why the doctor is targeting Hypatia. The consciousness connected to the Balladeer, and she has seen his past. We know the last one is true.
Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the Balladeer. Is that why they tried to seize Hypatia?
You said the balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past. So, what could be there?
For now, I'm still not really sure.
Have you noticed? The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider himself as his equal.
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer zap him with lightning?
Based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
But we couldn't convince him that he was really
we've
after Hypatia,
successfully
could we?
completed the stage of the plan. The doctor is out of the picture now.
Yay!
Is he though?
That's a big accomplishment.
I'm also happy for you.
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now.
I don't think that's the last we've seen of the Doctor, is it? Yes, please do get some rest.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Party's DI. Traveler, it's about time we rendezvous with the others at the Grand Bazaar. Let's continue to keep a low profile. You can head there once you're ready.
Okay. So we know where we need to head next. We've got about 20 minutes left, so we'll head there in a second. Keep the we've got to wait until the agreed time anyway. Flowers that are in here, to be fair. We'll probably need them for something at some point. Storm has passed though, so it's a bonus. Okay, let's see where we're heading. It's not going to tell us actually until we fast forward time, is it? So let's get the time move forward. I didn't see what time we could wait for actually. Waiting between 7 and 9 in the evening. Abhel, good evening, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you. How are you today? This evening? Right, 7 in the evening, between 9 and 7. 9:30. Okay, now we can move to the agreed place. Grand Bazaar is the next location. Like I say, we've got about 20 minutes left, so we'll see how much more of the main story we can get done. Grand Bazaar is where we're heading. Annoyingly, I haven't got the other fast travel point, actually. It's near to it, which is a little bit annoying. Okay. It's alright, the guidance is up, so it will give us the easiest path. Or the fastest, I suppose. It's the fastest path, isn't it? Are you waiting for Scaramouche? I don't know who that is. So with Genshin Impact, we go in blind as much as possible. So story-wise and stuff, we don't know anything about it. We try and just do it as we see it. We don't really pick. We don't really use the best teams and stuff like that. We just play it as naturally as we can. Oh, the Wanderer. All we're doing is the new main story that released early hours this morning for myself.
How did everything go? Any luck with your missions?
Have you done the new bit story now? Or is there still more to do?
We've made the necessary modifications to the Akasha terminal. In addition, the props required are also ready.
But yeah, we don't use the big meta characters, the characters a lot of people use as teams. We don't do any of that.
The situation was a bit
and we don't grind.
Complicated.
Hate grinding.
But we found Tainari. Unfortunately, he was wounded during a fight.
Who was behind it?
Well, that's the tough part. What should I say, Traveler? The Fatui or the Balladeer?
Let's go with the Balladeer.
After some back and forth, we confirmed that the doctor has left Sumeru by boat. He has something urgent to attend to back in Snezhnaya. So, we've successfully removed the doctor from the picture. Also, Tainari's already resting, so he'll be okay.
Good.
Oh, Tainari also asked us to tell you this message. Trust your own senses and experiences.
It's not as cryptic as it sounds, personally. I think he's trying to convince him to trust
Everything
himself
also
more.
went smoothly on my side. The Eremites should have arrived at their destination by now. To avoid alerting
Hey man, good evening, how are you?
They will stay there for now.
I can't believe you actually got so many Eremites into Sumeru City.
It's all thanks to Rahman and his brave team, as well as their bold strategy.
It appears to have been very effective. I'm glad to hear it. Well, is that everything? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.
Huh? Wait, you mean that's it?
Well, what else is there to discuss?
Shouldn't you end with some words of encouragement? You know, to fire us up
He
now?
doesn't really do words of encouragement,
Personally,
does he?
I'd rather we all go home and get some rest.
I'll hate them. You... Ugh.
Oh, and if you wanted someone to say something to that effect, then I must reiterate that I'm here to strategize and not to lead. So you should find someone more suitable to do that.
But I thought all of you academia big shots were great speakers.
Yeah, he's not really
Then
the
I should
team player,
remind
is he?
you that I'm the scribe.
I know that. So what?
A scribe is responsible for recording meetings, not speaking.
Fine, whatever. Well, Sino doesn't seem to be much of a talker either. I guess that leaves it to my employer.
Employer?
Are we going to talk?
Yep, the Traveler hired me.
She asked for a smile as a payment.
That's right. So come on, boss. What do you have to say for the team?
Strong to play Spider-Man right now. Some games always want to keep pulling you back in, don't they? Let me think.
Huh? What are you all doing here? Oh, it's Nilou! Hey, everyone.
I should have Genshin downloaded.
I'm not disturbing
nice.
you, am I?
Not at all.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I like the story side of it. And playing the way we do without grinding and not looking things up and knowing too much in advance.
You were
Works well.
discussing something important, weren't you? But you also look like you're up to no good. Seems pretty interesting.
Welcome, Nilou. Would you like to join us?
Huh? Join you? You mean you also want to discuss something important with me?
Yes.
She's a bit surprised, doesn't she?
Something very important. Nilou, are there any breaks in your performance schedule in the upcoming days?
Huh? Wait, you're seriously inviting me?
Our Hyphen tells Nilou the plan on the Inaba Day. Nilou is shocked at first, but isn't long before she's blubbering with excitement. Bubbling, not blubbing.
I can't believe my ears. You are truly the bravest and most passionate people of Sumeru, well, that I've ever met. Oh, right. The Traveler and Paimon are not from Sumeru, but you are awesome as well. That's right. I must admit that I'm a little scared, but I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali. If I can somehow use my abilities to help you, then count me in.
Remember, believe in yourself.
Okay. I'll get my friends at the Grand Bazaar to help us tomorrow.
Okay.
Just remember not to say too much. Be discreet.
Yep, you got it.
All the preparations are done. Now, can we finally conclude this meeting?
Yep, tomorrow we're going to save a god.
So, have you thought up what you'd like to say, boss?
It's hard to believe everything that has happened till now, and our actions will bring change to many things. That will do. And our actions will bring change to many things tomorrow.
Yep. It's a grand plan, and we're all super awesome.
That's right. So, just get a good night's sleep, everyone.
Well said.
Inspiring speech.
A good night's rest before an operation can be the difference between success and failure.
Thankfully, I've had my place to myself recently. It's been nice and quiet.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Alright, let's all go home and get a good night's sleep so we can be up early tomorrow. Okay, so I guess that means it's time to say goodnight now.
She doesn't seem like she wants to leave, does she? Okay, Victory Road complete. 30 Prima Gems in the bag. Now, we are... So, evening streams run till 11:30. We're a little bit early, but I'm going to stop in a second. The reason I'm going to stop in a second is because my tablets that I take every evening have kicked in really early, and my drowsiness has just increased tenfold, so I'm barely getting my eyes open during the talking, and this story quest involves lots of talking. so I will have to finish in a minute. We'll collect the rewards there, though. Is the story compelling? I really enjoyed the story. I think I enjoyed the story more than I enjoyed the art style. The art style isn't my kind of thing, but I definitely enjoyed the story more. Yeah, there's some twists and turns in it as well. I think it's enough to keep you interested, if that makes sense. How are we looking on the wishes side? Not too bad, 800 needed. Shouldn't take us too long to get another 10 wishes in. We will do the test runs at some point as well, to be fair. And we're going to have a look at the Verdant takeover boss as well at some point as well. It's definitely something to look at. But as I say, normally we've got about 10 minutes left, but we're going to have to stop because otherwise I will be snoring on stream, and that will not happen. They do kick in early sometimes, to be fair. And we did start the stream early, so we've still done our 2 hours. But yeah, once the tablets kick in, that's it. I'll go into bed, I'll fall asleep really quickly, and I guarantee I'll be awake in about an hour's time when the pain all kicks in and everything else. So yeah, frustrating. They've kicked in early. They have done it before, to be fair. But at the same time, we've done 2 hours because we started a little bit early. You like anime, so you don't mind the art. Yeah, see, I've never been an anime fan. I've not really given it a try, to be fair. But yeah, the storyline of the game definitely keeps me coming back. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's frustrating when they kick in early. There's nothing I can do, though. That's the problem. But before we disappear, the channel update is live tomorrow morning, 9 AM GMT. Just give you an insight into how things are going for me, what's coming up for the channel, that kind of good stuff. And there'll be a post on Friday. We're streaming Friday morning, aren't we? I might do it tomorrow evening. I don't know. There'll be a community post either Thursday or Friday talking about Gotham Knights and what we should do regarding the Platinum. Should we go for it? Should we not? So we'll put that community post up either tomorrow or Thursday or Friday for you guys to give some feedback, just so we know what we're doing. Tomorrow we're not live tomorrow morning because I've got an appointment. That's why the channel updates tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening we're back with Miles Morales as we look to finish off the trophies needed for the Platinum trophy. There's not many to do. We did finish New Game Plus yesterday evening, so we should hopefully get that finished as well tomorrow. Be another Platinum for the channel. That's the plan. My eyes are closing as I'm talking, so I am going to have to finish pretty sharpish. Thank you all very much for joining us. Iman, thank you very much. If anyone else is still down, I don't know who's still there. Thank you for joining us this evening. The news story is definitely intriguing. We've got more to do, which we'll have a look at Friday morning stream of Genshin. We'll carry on with the news story that's been added then. So that is us for tonight. Thank you all for the likes, the views, the comments, and the conversation. Enjoy your evening, your morning, or afternoon, wherever you are, and we shall see you soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.